People are getting rather bored of the same iPhone 10 design ideology. So what can the iPhone 12 do to get everybody hyped again? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Pixel Tech, the channel that loves talking tech. Today's date of recording is the 20th of May. And before we start, if you are new around here, please do hit that subscribe button. It would mean a whole lot. Now let's jump right down into what we can be expecting from 4 new models of the iPhone 12. The names of these models are quite simple, but a little bit more complicated than last year. We get the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Max, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So thanks Apple for adding the iPhone 12 Max, just complicating it a little bit more, but it seems to be getting a little bit more complicated year on year. So take that as you will. Next year, we're going to have even more complicated of a lineup. Now, let us start with the standard iPhone 12. It will feature a 5.4-inch display, making it rather interesting due to its smaller size. But don't let its size fool you, because it will still be packing an OLED display. That's right, OLED, not LCD as we found on the previous budget main phone line. By budget, I mean not the Pro, because budget is actually determined by the individual. So I mean the standard one, you know, the 10R and then the 11. Those are the kind of phones I'm referring to, which had LCD displays, but now you get upgraded to an OLED one. However, the display shall be manufactured by a company called, and I hope I'm not messing this name up, BOE, and it's not going to be manufactured by Samsung. However, given the fact that the display is still being made for Apple, I am pretty sure that the quality shall be held to a high standard. The phone will hold a comfortable 4GB of RAM plus a super fast A14 chip and a very speedy connection with 5G. The phone will also have dual cameras, a wide and an ultra wide, very similar to the iPhone 11 from last year. Now, to back up these expected to be amazing photos and videos from the iPhone 12, you will get an option of either 128 or 256 gigabytes. Also, expect some nice color options because it will have an aluminum body similar to the iPhone 11 and 10R, which had beautiful colors. So you may be wondering, wow, what's this smaller iPhone going to cost me? Well, for 128 gigs, you're going to have to splash out $649 US, and to go up to 256, you're going to have to splash out 100 more at $749 US. And when it comes to the iPhone 12's bigger brother, the 12 Max, you should be expecting the same specs, except for obviously a slight change in battery because it's going to be bigger, and a change in screen size from 5.4 all the way up to 6.1 inches. Now, with this increased battery, you also get an increased price, $100 more. So if you got the 128 gig, it'll be $749 compared to $649. And if you get 256, it'll be $849 compared to $749. Pretty simple. Now let's move on to what we can expect from the Pro line. Let us start with the iPhone 12 Pro, because let's face it, the Max is going to be the same except bigger. The iPhone 12 Pro will have a 6.1-inch OLED display, similar to that on the 12 Max, except on the 12 Pro, the display shall be made by Samsung and will feature 10-bit color depth and ProMotion. Yes, ProMotion, the thing many people have been waiting for on the iPhone, considering the competition has done 120 hertz. Everyone kind of just expects Apple would do it as well. Does it make sense in a phone? Yeah, sure. It makes scrolling a bit smoother. But ultimately, the reason you would want it, even if you don't really play games or you don't care about a smoother scrolling experience, you think it's pretty smooth at the moment, the reason you would want it is because it further just pushes that tech forward in other areas. You know, we saw it on the iPad Pro, now we get to see it on the iPhone. And the more we get to see it, the more in the future, 60 hertz is just going to be like, when did we have 60 hertz? When it comes to performance, similar to the 12 and 12 Max, we shall get the A14 chip and 5G. So it's going to be super smooth and super fast and super speedy. I don't have any other synonyms for that, but yeah, it's going to be blazingly fast. Except now you get an extra 2 gigabytes of RAM, making it 6 gigabytes of RAM. But to back everything up, you do get an extra storage option of 512 gigabytes. Now, compared to other phones that have had 1 terabyte options, you may be asking, why don't I get 1 terabyte options? And to the person who needs 1 terabyte, I ask, are you backing up all of Hollywood or something onto your phone? That is insane. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. There are certainly people who could easily fill up a terabyte of storage on their phone. All I'm saying is, For those people, this phone's not going to be for you. Now, compared to the aluminum body on the iPhone 12 and 12 Max, the 12 Pro will have a more premium polished stainless steel, similar to what we've seen in the past. This will also ultimately make the phone more durable, which, let's face it, is something many of us need. Now, when we move over to the back of the phone, we shall get a triple camera setup, similar to the 11 Pro. We shall get a wide, an ultra wide, and a 3x telephoto this year. However, we are going to get the introduction of the LiDAR sensor, similar to that found in the iPad Pro line. With Apple's LiDAR sensor, your portrait photography should go up a notch, as it will be able to better cut out you and distinguish you from the background. Plus, your augmented reality game is going to get a big boost. Now, you may be wondering, what's the Pro going to cost me compared to the standard? Well, the answer starts at $999 US. It then goes up by 100 to $1,099 US for the 256 compared to the 128 model, and it will end at $1,299 US for the full 512 gigabyte version. Now, just bear in mind, when I say up to 1299, I'm still referring to the 12 Pro, not the 12 Pro Max. Now, I'm not going to give a full rundown on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, as it's going to be very similar in specs to the iPhone 12 Pro. So let me just give you its price and the screen size. The iPhone 12 Pro Max shall come in at 6.7 inches. This is 0.2 inches bigger than Apple's current biggest offering at 6.5 inches with the iPhone XS Max and 11 Pro Max. So yeah, an extra 0.2 of an inch. Will it make that big of a difference? We'll have to wait and see. But once again, with extra size comes extra cost, as you are looking at $1,099 US for the 128 gig models. Throw in an extra $100 and you get 256 gigabytes. And if you want to splash out a little bit more, spend $1,399 US, you will get that 512 gigabyte option. And that's it. You now know all the specs and everything you need to know about the upcoming iPhone 12s. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on the upcoming iPhone 12s? Do you think this is going to be a great year for Apple in terms of the improvements, or do you think it's going to be meh? Also, please do subscribe if you want to see more tech content kind of like this. We're very small, it would mean a whole lot. Please do sub and then leave a comment below saying you sub. It would be great. Makes us feel good, makes us keep producing videos just like this. But most importantly, you have a wonderful day. That is an order. This is Pixel Tech signing out.